We are live. Hello, welcome to Goddess of Love Healings. Today's video is about big message. I want to share something first and foremost. Let's fix that real quick. Okay, that should help. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, okay, so communication and conflict resolution. Okay, I got so many clients that need this with intimacy and passion, but it's not about the intimacy and passion. It is about the communication, how we communicate to ourselves and others. I want to tell you a story that I just came across today. It was back in 2018. A little young child took his own life because he was so bullied in school and everywhere he'd end up, he was being bullied. He took his own life. Okay. And that is sad. That is sad because where that comes from is the inner child not feeling safe or loved, and just feeling so unloved or even recognized as he has a part in evolution. Well, he did. And this is it. This is what I stand for. And it's about the distorted masculine and feminine energies. And it's important that we are aware that there's brought more awareness to how this can shift and bring more peace, love, and compassion to all the children, even adults. I mean, or adults, they're unmarried and married and seeking therapy and counseling at this time for the same situation. And that's because they've held this wound inside all their lives. Their inner child literally created every aspect of their relationships. Okay, that's how it is. I am a master intuitive psychic medium energy healer, and I also had this. This was my path. So I just wanted to share that. It was so sad. And let me know if you can hear me when you come on. Make sure everything's working properly. But it's about how we communicate to ourselves mostly, and how we treat ourselves. We are fully human, 100%, and we are fully spirit. Okay. And the spirit is rising up to say, love yourself selfishly. Okay. If you have to fake it until you make it, love yourself selfishly. Put you first before all others. And I can't stress that enough. I'm not going to get into my life story, but I don't know who this is for, but it's really important that as we are healing our own inner child wounds, we allow our children to experience the same new perception of self-love and self-care, and how important you are as a human being and as a soul, and what you mean for the evolution on our earth and on our planet. So yeah, communicate self-love, self-talk. It's important to have a self ritual, morning till night. Like when you're in a conflict with your partner, your inner child wound is going to reflect back when you act to your partner's wounds, right? So they're also your wounds. Okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest. But however, it is really, really important to get this message out there and share it with the world. Our children are so important to our evolution. Their light, our light, is so important to raise the consciousness and the vibration of the planet into unconditional love. You know, we can't we can't uncreate the past, okay, but we can heal it. We can. It did happen. It is very evident in our world today that it did happen, and we're all living from that wounded uh, perspective and perception. And it starts from going within and becoming aware of where you've seen, heard, or witnessed this kind of treatment to yourself, or maybe someone else um, taught you outside of that. Whatever it is, it all resonates. Just take what resonates in your own life and share it with your children. Share them. It's not okay. It's not okay to be bullied. It's not okay to be. Um, I will share one example. Like when I was going to school, this girl had a problem with me, and I didn't know her. I had no problem with her. I never even talked to her, but she had a problem with me. So every day that I would get off the bus, or try to get off the bus, let's just say, I was bullied by her, until one day I finally stood up to her and was like, "What is your problem with me? I mean, do we need to duke it out? Do we need to?" It was back then. That's what I did. I reacted. But I got tired of having to sit back and not have a voice and living in fear of, oh my God, if I get off the bus, she's going to kick my butt today. You know, that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's not the way. So I ask you, I beg you to shine your light, to share your voice. Um, whatever experiences that maybe your children are going through right now, they are actually mirrors to your inner child wound. And this can be healed. It can be sent and healed back to the universe, to God, universe, Christ consciousness, whatever it is to you. Okay, whatever your faith is your faith. We don't judge. We have no bias of speaking our truth and getting it out there, because that's what I became through living and experiencing it in my own life. So that's why relationships are falling apart, and you're fighting and reacting with your partner, is these inner child wounds. You have to take a step back and be able to review and feel, where does this come from? Okay, it's mental, it's emotional, it's physical, it's spiritual abuse, it's addictions, you name it. It is all that is, okay, it whatever fits into your own life. But it's such a sad story that our children have to experience what we experienced, because we didn't have the know-how. We didn't have the knowledge to be able to turn into wisdom and say, this is enough. This is enough. I mean, I got family members that are still going through it and experiencing it. And there's so much neglect and child abuse out there. And it's, please take a minute and look at your inner child wounds. Okay. That's where it is. That's where it all comes from. It's like every part of your subconscious brain remembers. Okay. So just choose love over fear. Choose to stand up and speak your truth always, even if it causes a conflict, but do it with compassion and feel emotion and empathy for other people's feelings. And this is where it's at. This is where it's at. I had to do this for myself. I totally have to love myself before I can even come here and give you love, because it's about energy, and it's where we focus our energy on addictions. If we our mind keeps us in this belief system in the past that we're not good enough, or we're unworthy, or we carry other people's shame and guilt and blame, and their untruths. Okay. It's all everybody's untruth. This is not your truth. This is not who you are as a human being, or a soul having a human experience. It was not meant to be this way. So step up for your children, other people's children when you see it. You know, it's really important. Um, it took me years to even understand it. And now that I understand it, this is my purpose, my passion, my mission is self-love, self-care. You know, put you first, you know, and it goes as far as you feeling um, not just unloved, but set aside from maybe one of your other family members. It's a self wound in somebody else, okay? It's not personal. It's not for you to take personal. You are amazing soul having a human experience, and you have the right for your voice to be heard, your thoughts to have an opinion of in a conversation, whatever that is, okay? I didn't know how this video was going to play out, and I could totally relate to what I read, that young child committed suicide because of being bullied. And this has been happening for years and years on the planet, and not much is being done about it. So we have to take it into our own hands. We have to take control back from the wound. All right. Whoever resonates to this, if you're someone out there that is separated from your own children, okay, and this is my story. I did this. I watched my parents fight and argue and yell at each other from clear across the other room. And that's how I taught my kids. And that is not how it is. That's not how it's how it was, but it's not how it has to be anymore. I chose to step up and be different. And it's never too late. It's never too late. I am 47 years old, proud to be here, proud to be alive, and be able to share my voice and my opinion. Um, Maybe your feelings aren't validated. Validate your own feelings, okay? Validate your own feelings. Fill that void yourself, because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to. Real important about how to communicate to ourselves. I start the day with love, self-love. I love you, Amy. What a beautiful day. The sun is out, it's shining. You have a pure heart, and you get to help others today. And not because I have to, it's because I don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody shit. You don't owe anybody anything, okay? And you need to understand this from the spiritual perspective as well as the human perspective, or it cannot be understood. It's purely tangible, physical evidence that people look for. Look inside. Look inside where you can offer more unconditional love without having to receive it back. You know, there's people out there that have no one. They have no one, you know, and sometimes I felt that way too. I had no one because I was never understood. My feelings were never validated. Well, I learned to validate my own feelings and stand in my own confidence and speak my own truths. Okay. They're mine. They're my feelings. Nobody else knows how I think and feel and want to choose to act. That is a choice, and you weren't aware that you had this choice, and your children are not aware until you have this awareness that you have it. Okay. So that is the conflict resolution. It's self-love, self-care, self-awareness. Why do I choose to react out of fear and run away from love or push love away when I can just be it? When I am it, I am the light, I am unconditional love. Okay. That's about seeking it outside yourself. You're going to chase it and chase it. Instead, let it come to you. Allow unconditional love to come to you through the self-love and the self-care, and really, really taking a step back and just finding a daily ritual, whatever that is for you, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, it is all equally important. And how we carried this distorted masculine and feminine perception of our own parents, our grandparents, our siblings. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. It doesn't have to. We can absolutely forgive it because no one had this knowledge. It's been lost for eons and eons of lifetimes. Our ancestors knew, and it was lost. It was lost to us. It was basically stolen. So steal your life back from the power and the control and the manipulation that's on the planet. It's time. It's your time to feel freedom, to feel peace, inner peace. And in my path of doing this, I have strengthened myself. I could not realize all my life why couldn't I have love? Why couldn't I accept this person to love me without trying to change them? That's what I did. I tried to fit the mold that I knew was that was the belief. I mean, that's the limited belief now for me. So I make my own belief. I do self-love, self-care, very important for communication. Tell yourself, I am confident. It's not lost. I am. I always have been confident. It's been taken from me somewhere in my life. Review that. Don't relive. I'm asking you not to relive, because we can possibly recreate these moments and get stuck in this loop in our mind where it just keeps recreating, and we'll keep attracting the same energy that we think and feel, okay, and our actions. Very important. That is how you end the communication conflict. That's the resolution, through the self. There is no other way. No one else can do it for you. And it's simply done with being able to review it and forgive the past, honor and forgive the past, and then release it and choose the way you want to be and act in the world. And it's going to help our kids. It's going to raise the vibration and the frequency of unconditional love, and get rid of all this distorted energy, and I'm not saying it's all going to disappear. We're always going to have challenges, and it's just in that moment, choose to reflect. Okay, do I want to react? If you end up reacting, be okay with that. Just sit with it and say, okay, it's not about having to forgive yourself. It's becoming aware of why you reacted. Okay. And if you already have this awareness and you keep repeating it and repeating it, the lesson is not learned. Nothing will change. So it's real important to communicate self-love and self-care to yourself selfishly. And people can say that's wrong or right. It just is, man. It just is. And it worked for me in my life. And I see my family transforming in so many different ways. It's a ripple effect. Okay. It's just the energy. We are energy. We're infinite energy. We can be finite energy and stay the same and never change, or we can be infinite energy and be able to choose, be able to make your own choices. Okay. So try to keep your thoughts positive, stay optimistic when you're in a conflict. And I know it's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it took me a long time. Okay. It took me a long time to reprogram my belief systems that I used to have. Okay. So now I had made my own beliefs, and this is how I run my life. This is how my home is, with communication. And we just know. We know now that we get that to take a step back and feel compassion for another human being or another soul having a human experience, because we're all here. We all want love. We all want peace. We all want happiness. Well, you'll never find it. You won't find it chasing it. You get to be it first, and then it comes to you. So that is how it works. That's all the information I'm going to put out there right now. If you want to know more, find me on the website, Goddess Love Healings. Wait, let me double check that because I changed it. What did I do with it? Folder. Okay. Okay, yeah, my link is, I'm also on Google My Business. You find me on Google. Is https:// Goddess of Love Healing. Go to my website. I offer offer tarot reading. Like I said, I'm a master intuitive psychic medium, and how I became that master, it was healing my inner child and being able to speak my truth, be who I want to be in any moment. I get that choice. And now you have a choice, and you get to share it with your children. Soon as you become aware of it, do not wait till tomorrow. Don't say, I'll do this later. Do it in the now. We live in the now to create the future, not in the past. The past is gone. We can only forgive it and move and honor it and say, it did happen, but you know what? I'm an adult now. I don't have to choose conflict. I can choose self-love, self-care. So I know what unconditional love feels like. You must feel it first before you can receive it. Okay. So with that being said, the video is at 22:10. And I am the master builder of unconditional love, and no one can do it like me. It worked in my life. I know it's concrete. I'm seeing the ripple effect all around me. I see and feel and breathe in only unconditional love. And even when I feel like I'm in a lower energy, and that happens, it's there. We can't change that. We have to come into full acceptance of who you are as this spirit having a human experience. It is okay. Just be aware of it and try not to keep repeating it. And your whole life will change. Love that is meant for you will come to you. Your like-minded soul tribe and family out there will come to you. Okay. There's some people that you're going to leave behind when this happens. I'm not going to lie. I've lost family members that just don't resonate on my new mindset and how I feel and how I choose to live my new life. And you can do it too. It just takes one, you. And then if there's two of you, it takes two. And if you got that available, run with it. Okay. Do it for you. Do it for nobody else. Do not seek validation outside yourself anymore. Love and light.